like a dream, feels like magic. Now I believe I can have it. Ooh, ooh, Tamu, ooh, ooh, Tamu. All of my wishes came true. Shop like a billionaire. Shop like a billionaire. Ooh, ooh, Tamu, ooh, ooh, Tamu.
Well, we're here. We're here, y'all. This is the Soraya show, honey. And today we are going to be talking about a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff, honey. Um, Now, this has been a very requested piece of work, right? A lot of people have been like, oh my God, I just want to listen to you talking hours and hours. You know what I mean? Like, you're just so, like, your voice is so relaxing. I'm like, girl, you're lying to me. You're lying to me so I can just go on and you can just contribute nothing to the conversation, like always. Um, but we are not gonna do that here. We're gonna be talking to ourselves, unless we have a guest, of course. And I'm just gonna run through some things, of course. Now, we are gonna be talking about a lot of subjects that may trigger people. So, trigger warning, Soraya, because I be talking about a lot of stuff and it's not good. Anyway, so basically, I wanted to start a podcast because I feel like I have a lot of things to talk about and I have a lot of things to contribute to the world, unlike some podcasters. Side eye. Anyway, so yeah, and today we are gonna talking. Oh my god, today we're gonna be talking about men. Oh my god, men. Ew. Ooh, the male species. What are we gonna do about them? So basically, well, men are a very interesting species. They're a very interesting group of people, right? They are half of the planet. There are 4 billion people out there who are men. Well, I don't know, but apparently. And men are very interesting creatures. Girl, they be sitting down there doing a lot of stuff, you know what I mean? I've been on Discord, I've been in the streets, okay? I've been everywhere. And men are an interesting bunch, you know what I mean? They are very interesting. And they have a lot to say, but they never get to say it because they always act mysterious and quiet, even though they have a lot to say. You know what I mean? Like, whenever you sit down with a guy, you're both drunk. Like, he has a lot to say about the world and how it's going and how people are talking and mocking, and they're just like, you know, they're trying to have a deep conversation with you, and then you find out they voted reform. They voted for Trump. I don't know. Anyway, so basically, my experience with men is terrible, right? Aside from my very lovely male friends out there, love you guys. They are just they are very discerning. Is that even a word? Discerning features. I mean, discerning creatures. They do have discerning features too. Um, Now, men usually, when they do approach me, um, it's like, hello, how are you? You know what I mean? Like, that's how you start a conversation. But on a dating app, of course, they're going to be like, Snapchat. Is that how you start a conversation? Is that how you start a conversation? Because I don't start a conversation with Snapchat. Um, Now, I've been unfollowed before because I have very strong opinions. And speaking of strong opinions, they have a lot of strong opinions. Those men have a lot of strong opinions, and they're all like, I want to have deep conversations. I want someone with a backbone. But as soon as they find me, someone with a backbone and strong opinions, they're like, no, no, too much to deal with, too much, not enough, too much, too much. And you know what? I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. And you shouldn't either, right? Whether you're a woman, a man, a they, a Z, a Zer, whatever the case may be. Girl, do not listen to a man. Boy, don't listen to a man. They don't listen to a man. Never listen to a man because he will put the world's demons in you. Okay, he will. And you will regret it, honey. You will. So yeah, well, to be honest, my dating experience with men has been horrible, right? Throughout 2025 and the end of 2024. Oh my God, girl. We are going there. We are going to dig deep into this. Well, my first dating experience was very, very, very traditional, we met on the app, we met on Tinder, and then we went, to a good place to eat, and then we went to the pub and had a few drinks, and then he's like, oh, let's take a taxi together, and I'm like, you live on the other side of the city, and I live on the other side of the city, so why do you want to come with me? Yeah, basically he wanted to hook up, but I'm not giving him that. No. Your girl's still, her cherry's not popped. So, yeah. Anyway, my second dating experience was one of the best and one of the worst at the same time. He took me on a few dates and he was amazing. We both had very strong personalities. Girl, on the first date, he was jumping. He was doing a lot of stuff. Girl, he was doing jumping jacks, star jumps, whatever they're called. Like, girl, he was doing so much stuff. He was doing too much. But you know what? We love too much here. We love it. We love it. And you know what? He reminded me that there are good men out there. But girl, as soon as the second date came around and I had my first kiss and everything, girl, he turned his demons on me and he started being horny. And you know what? I entertained that. Because your girl is a nymphomaniac. I'm hypersexual. I need that attention. And I'm so happy that I did that. You know what I mean? But he was amazing, but then he had to ruin all that by saying, I can't do this anymore. Sir, what do you mean you can't do this anymore? So yeah. And for everybody here, that just means, oh, I can't commit because I'm scared of commitment, because then you'll be a responsibility. You'll be a task. You'll be a chore to me. And you know what, girl? Good on him, right? Good on him. At least he's not gonna hurt you. Well, he already did. Anyway, so my next dating experience is, well, a hookup. We didn't really hook up. We just like did stuff. And it was really, really okay. And it was too far. I had to get on a train. I had to do this. Girl, no, I don't have time for that. And I was like, you know what? I'm not doing this no more. I'm not doing it. It's too much work. He's making me move mountains and hills and lakes just to get to him. I'm not doing that. My third dating experience also was very terrible, and he was doing too much in the bed. Right? He was asking for a lot. He was being needy and clingy and whatever. And I get it. I'm needy. I'm clingy. I have BPD, right? I'm the master of the clingy. I'm the mistress of clingy, right? I'm sitting here. I'm like so clingy, and I love being clingy. But you know what? He was being too clingy. He was being too fucking clingy. He was demanding me to undress myself. First of all, it's the first date, and I came to your house because no one else is in your house. Girls, remember this, and gays and the theys, girl, everybody. Remember, if he asks you to come to his house, it's a hookup. It's not a date. Okay, I know there are some bitches out there who are like very curious, very naive. They're gonna be like, oh, he loves me, he took me to his house. Girl, that's just an excuse to not take you out on a date. He could have taken you to a park. He could have taken you to a park. We live in the United Kingdom. We live in Scotland, of all places, okay? He could have taken you to a park. He could have taken you to a nice place. He could have taken you to a pub. A pub is nice. Anyway. And then my last dating experience was with Wiz Air. Hello, sponsor me. Was with a very, very distinguished individual. And a lot of my close friends, a lot of the people that knew me in that part of the year of 2025 know who he is, right? And he's a demon, right? He looked all innocent and cute. You know what I mean? He was this like skinny, neurodivergent, innocent looking man. And he turned out to not be that. It turned out to be a demonic, evil, neurodivergent man who's skinny. And yeah, he was very like I'm gonna be honest, I had very strong feelings for him, and he did not reciprocate those feelings no matter what I did, right? He would always joke that, oh my god, my throat. He would always joke that whatever I say is bullshit, or whatever I say is a joke, but it's actually not a joke. I actually like you. I love you. I have feelings for you. And everybody's like, oh, don't say love. Oh, don't say love. No, I loved him. I loved him, even though he was a piece of shit. I loved him, right? I unconditionally loved him. I wanted to give him all the care in the world, but I couldn't because he didn't want all the care in the world from me. He wanted it from his ex, right? And I found out that he actually was contacting his ex while dating me. He was not really dating me. We were just seeing each other. I hate that we've basically deconstructed dating to a point where you can't even say you're dating. It's like we're talking, we're seeing each other, we're doing this with each other. And I'm a very genuine person. If I do like you, I will tell you. I will give you the world, right? I will give you the world. And even my friends, like even if you become a friend with me, like even if you become my friend, right? I will give you the world. I'll buy you stuff. I'll buy you food. And it's all because I fear abandonment, right? This is a BPD thing. I fear abandonment. So I will do whatever it takes to let a person stay. And that is a very bad thing, right? If you do feel that way, you, the listener, get help, right? Get help, because this is not healthy. Or just stop doing that. Simply stop doing that. Stop thinking of yourself like you're a burden, because you're not, honey. You are amazing. Look at the hoodie you're in. Look at the sweater. Yes. Yes, Beyonce. Beyonce, Lady Gaga. Gaga, Gaga, Gaga. Okay. We're not singing here. This is not the studio. But you need to be very, very honest with yourself if you do deal with those kinds of men. And I have dealt with all kinds of men now. Like, I've dealt with men who are socially inept, I've dealt with men who are charismatic, I've dealt with men who are loud. I've dealt with all kinds of men. And 21 years of life does give you a lot of experience. That's like what, a fifth of your life? Apparently, because apparently most people make it to 100. No, spoiler alert, they don't. They don't make it to 100. Most make it to 70 or 80. Depends. But yeah, I just think that a lot of men are, and this is the majority of men, I think men are just like very, very annoying, right? And very nitpicky, very picky, just very annoying about the people that they want to surround themselves with, right? With women, right? we talk to each other. We compliment each other. We're like, no, you look good, honey. Yes. But with men, it's like, uh, like, sir, compliment me. Do something. I don't know. Take me out on a date. And men think that, not coming off strong is good. Now, coming off strong isn't, oh, what's your number or whatever. You can just ask, do you want to hang out sometime? You don't have to say date, right? You can just say, let's hang out sometime, time and place, date. You know what I mean? Do something together. I want to know you more. I'm interested in you. I want that. I want to be told that, but because I do live in Scotland and Scottish men, oh my god, they are shy creatures. You know what I mean? They're like a penis and a foreskin. They don't want to come out. They don't want to come out. They're like phimosis. They don't want to come out. They just don't. And you do have to give them a lot of care and nurturing for them to come out eventually, just like an erection. Anyway, you must believe that you are worth it for men to think that you're worth it, right? You have to think of yourself as a better person rather than thinking you're a burden, you're just ugly, you're just whatever. Because let's be honest, human beings, they come in all shapes and colors and sizes. And girl, let me just tell you, um, countless gorgeous women have been cheated on, right? Countless. We have a story everywhere about women getting cheated on and they're so pretty and whatever. Girl, I'm gonna be honest with you, pretty and boring, no. No. And who says that someone could be boring? But the thing is, men are boring, right? They will cheat on a woman who's pretty. Never mind the boring part, but they will cheat on a pretty, beautiful woman, right? Like, I can give you examples. Beyonce, Wendy Williams. Hello, Wendy. I'm waiting for you to be released. Free Wendy. Hashtag free Wendy. Um, I'm just very, very curious what goes in the head of a man when he's cheating on his spouse or cheating on his girlfriend, cheating on his, I don't know. What does he think? What does he think he's doing? You know, does he think he's gonna actually get away with this? Is society gonna forgive him? And a lot of men have audacity. Now that's not the program I'm recording this on. I'm actually using GarageBand because I have a MacBook. Yes. But yeah, like a lot of them have audacity, but they don't have the audacity to come up to you and be like, "I like you." Imagine they have the audacity to cheat on you, but not the audacity to come to you and be like, "I want to date you. I want to know you more. I want you to be my wife." Right? Now, the subset of the late portion of 2025, girl, those men, oh my god, none of them impressed me. I know some of them are going to be listening to this and they're going to be like, "Oh, well, I gave her the time of her life. She must be so lucky." No, you didn't. You didn't. You did not impress me. Most of you are socially inept guys who think that women are lucky to even talk to you when nobody wants to talk to you. You're not even interesting, right? Even if you're in an interesting field, let's just say singing, music, you are not interesting. You're not interesting because listen, if you don't have a personality, you're not going to be interesting. You have to have a personality. Um you can be the most handsome guy on earth and I will not find you attractive. Okay? You could be 6'10", jawline, sculpted by the gods and everything. I will not find you attractive. I don't find the very confident men attractive because I've always been bullied by those types of men in high school, in primary school, um in university, you know what I mean? Like all kinds of men have always like taken their frustrations on me, and not in the good way, not sex. It's screaming at me, holding me, telling me um like to behave. Sir, I'm not a dog. First of all, I'm not a dog. I will not behave. I'm not to be controlled. I am to control. Right? I am to control. And they sit down all day thinking that, okay, this woman is so lucky that she even spoke to me. Sir, ego, put it down. Put the ego down. Put it down. Honestly, I can't deal with people with an ego that is that high. Or, you know, I like confidence, but I don't like ego. Like, someone who's egoistic, like in French, they say égoïste, right? I probably overpronounce that because, I'm trying. Um, but yeah, like, I don't know. Men to me are a complicated bunch of people, and also a very simple bunch of people, right? They're so nitpicky about everything. They're so nitpicky about looks. They're so nitpicky about personality. They're so nitpicky about how loud the woman is. They're so nitpicky about how rude the woman is. You know what I mean? But then online, they're a whole different breed. Online, they let out all their frustrations, all their fetishes, all their sexual desires on me. They do it. They've done it on me since I was 15 years old. Actually, maybe I was younger. I don't know. I was 14, 13. And I've had girl, when I was a teenager, I was getting it down on Discord. Hello, like, yes. You know what I mean? I was getting it down. And it was the time of my life because in high school, I was just a regular degular person that was growing up in the Middle East, right? I had no one coming up to me because, I'm trans and I was a little gay boy at the time. So nobody really wanted to look at me. Nobody. Um, well, there was some people, but it was just like, oh, you're really cute. I might do. And I'm like, what? What does that mean? What does that mean, sir? What does that mean, boy? But yeah, on Discord, girl, as soon as I came back from school, girl, we would be having scenes, 50 Shades of Grey. Girl, Mr. Grey with Anastasia. Girl, what is going on? What is going on? You know what I mean? And they're always like, these men are always like, oh, yes, absolutely. Absolutely, my princess. But then in real life, no, they're not going to talk to you like that. They're going to be like, well, I'm not ready today, so let's postpone the date for tomorrow. Sir, I take 5 hours to get ready. I take 5 hours to get ready. Yeah, that's a fact. And they think, okay, yeah, women always look that pretty. And it's true, yes, women always look pretty. We love women here on the Soraya show. Um, but they're just so weird about women and stuff. And I really wish that women out there don't prioritize their looks over who they are, right? My advice to the girls out there who are younger than me, or the ones who are not that experienced, I am not that experienced, but please don't take advice from social media. Please don't take advice from anyone who's never been in a serious relationship. Um, you are amazing and you don't need someone to give you advice. Just follow your heart, or no, follow your brain. Follow your brain. If that guy is doing something to turn you off, he's giving the ick. girl, run away. Run away. Right? But also, give some guys a chance. Give some guys a chance. Not always, but sometimes. Sometimes give that awkward guy that's trying to talk to you a chance. You know, maybe he likes you, maybe he doesn't. Who knows, right? Because they be changing their moods like they have borderline personality disorder. My cameo. Anyway. And speaking of borderline personality disorder, as soon as you tell a man that you have BPD, they're like, oh my god, they're gonna think she's fucking crazy. She's gonna be jumping on her bed as soon as I say, well, I'm not ready or whatever. And that is true. That is true. That is true. If you tell me you're not ready or you don't want to go somewhere, I'm gonna have a fit. I'm gonna cry. But that's just how I am. I feel too much. Um, but you have a lot of people out there, um, and there's a lot of good men out there. I very much do recognize this because I have male friends who are amazing. I could name them right now, but I don't think we're gonna be doing that on the first episode, right? But they are very amazing men, and I really wanna shout out to you guys, right? You are the reason why I have had a moment of faith in men, right? I used to think that men only wanted one thing, and that was my body. Um, but now it's more than just that. It's my money. I'm being a stand-up comedian right now. But no, I'm seriously. They're one of the most amazing men in my life, and I've never had, a good father figure in my life. Despite my father being there, for 10 years of my life, um, he wasn't really good. He wasn't really consistent. And I just have these brothers, you know what I mean? They're not exactly my brothers, but they are like brother figures, you know what I mean? And they're very, very, very nice guys who are just, they love a good chat. And they love a good laugh, they love a good cackle, Idgebol, I know that's right. Big Sister General, Kamala Harris 2024, Queen is robbed, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, but a lot of men are just very in their bubble. I've spoken to some men who don't have any friends, and I'm like, what do you mean you don't have any friends? And they're like, well, I don't like anyone. I don't like my friends. I don't like who I'm with. I just don't like them. And I'm like, oh my god, so you're telling me you're friends with people you don't like? And they're like, yeah, I'm friends with people I don't like. I'm like, okay, then why don't you just make new friends? And they're like, well, it's easier said than done. And I nod because I agree. You know what I mean? It's very hard to make new friends. It's very hard to sit down and talk with someone because a lot of people nowadays, especially in our generation, um, they don't want to sit down and talk, right? They don't want to sit down and talk. They don't want to do anything. They're just bored out of their minds. They will pull out their phone and just scroll through reels. Um, um, Bestie, I am talking about you, and she knows herself. Anyway, she needs to change that up because someone will punch her in the face. Not me, but someone. Anyway, I personally think that, if you're a guy out there, and I've been a guy before, so let me just tell you, talking to people, having friendships with women, even if you think, oh my god, I can't be friends with women, shut up and go and talk to women. Women are good friends. They can be amazing friends. They can be one of the most, or befriend a gay guy. Befriend a gay guy. Befriend a gay guy. Gay men are sly and nasty behind closed doors, but let me just tell you, gay men are one of the realest people out there, right? Especially to other men. If they're, if they like, I don't know, gay men, I don't know. Maybe they'll like be okay. Ooh, so they're gonna be like, oh yeah, I like you, but I'm not gonna tell you. But then when you're drunk, I'm gonna tell you, and then you're gonna forget about it and never remember it. I don't know. But the straight guy, gay guy friendship is very important. You should have gay friends, and you can even have a trans friend. Hello? I'm here. I'm open. And you know, a lot of people out there, um, they're just, I know a lot of people out there are like just socially anxious. They're too scared. Don't be scared. Don't be scared. I know it's easier said than done, of course, and that is our motto today. It's easier said than done, but put yourself out there, right? Put yourself out there. Not exactly for dating because that would be stupid. Um, but even if you want to date, just try to be friends with some people and maybe eventually you'll find someone. Well, I haven't found anyone because I don't know, people are just so weird, you know what I mean? And men, especially to me, um, it's like they want to own me, right? Or control me. And it's so weird, right? That these people, they think they can come into my life and tell me what to do. But then you can't tell me what to do. Fuck you. Who the fuck are you? Anyway, um, it's just you think that you met a good guy, but then he changes in 2 months because he doesn't like you. Listen, men, if you do not like someone, you don't have to be rude to them. Just be like, hey, I'm not interested anymore in this relationship or whatever this is we're doing. I'm not interested in you anymore. And I want to say this in the nicest possible way. Um, fuck off. Stop talking to me, right? Don't lead me on and tell me, well, maybe someday. No, no. Don't keep me as an option. Free me. Release me. Release me. That is a song, honey. I don't know what the artist was called, but it is a song from the 2000s or the 90s, and it was really good. Release me. Release me from your control. Release me from your hands, from your shackles. Girl, I don't want to be with you. You know what I mean? I don't want to be with you. But it's just it's so hard. It's so hard for men to say that and do that. Because with women, majority of women, I'm not going to say all women because there are some women who are trifling, but most women will tell you, I'm not interested in this anymore. Or they're going to show signs that they're not interested in this anymore. Um, Men are just going to be rude to you. Men are just going to be like so annoying to you. I don't exactly know the perspective from the guy or the perspective from the lesbian. I don't know what's going on with women, but I know what's going on with men. And don't be rude to me if you're not interested in me, right? Just be like, okay, whatever. Whatever. You know what I mean? Like, girl, whatever. Anyway, so yeah, men are just weird creatures, there are some good and there are some bad and we can't do anything about it. We can't. They are monsters, there are demons, and there are some angels out there. And I'm very glad I befriended some of those angels, even though they're demons. They're fucking demons sometimes. Girl, girl, don't get me started. But yeah, like, I don't know. Like, just speak to people. Be nice to people. Be who you are and also be nice to people. You know, um, I'm a very community focused, community minded person. I love having people around me that we love each other, we joke a little, but not jokes that hurt people, right? Not jokes that cut into people's egos or emotions, right? And especially me having BPD, right? A lot of people have to be careful with what they say, and it can get exhausting. It can get exhausting, but from what I've heard, I am one of the best people on earth to ever talk to. I'm very empathetic apparently. Apparently, allegedly, cuz you know, once you say you're this, a lot of people are going to be like, "Oh, but you did this to me one time." Also, men aside now, I want to talk about friends. And there's a lot of people out there who are like, "Oh, well, I don't know how to tell you I want to hang out." Just ask. ask me. Ask me if you want to hang out. Um, or be like, let's hang out, right? But a lot of people do not know how to ask that. I've had people send me reels 1,000 million times, but they never ask me to hang out. What's the point? What is the point? What is the point of life? What is the point of life? So I just think that you people need to start sliding into the DMs and being like, "Hey, Soraya, let's go out. Let's do something. Let's make fun of people on the street. Let's make fun of couples who are fighting on the street. I don't know. Let's do something." But I also don't like a friend who dims my shine. Shout out to I Like It Rough by Lady Gaga on the Fame. Now available on iTunes. Anyway, that's enough promo for Lady Gaga. Um, yeah, like, let's just do things together. It doesn't have to always be, we have to go to this fancy restaurant that charges £5 for a fork, or I don't know. Like, I've been to so many places, and because I was privileged enough to be from a rich country, I've been through a lot of materialistic experiences, and I don't want to be around those materialistic experiences. Listen, if you want to be friends with me, just ask me to hang out. It's that simple. Ask me to hang out, talk to me, conversate. Um, you know, it's not hard to talk to people. It can be hard if you're anxious, of course. I'm anxious when I'm talking to people. I don't know if people like me or not. Even when they say, "I like you." "Oh my god, you're so funny." Like, whatever. I'm still very, very, very cautious of giving my all to that person. But anyway, you just have to tell me that you want to hang out, or else I'm never going to ask you to hang out because I'm busy, right? I have things to do. And I have a friend group that I go out with every week. So you need to tell me when you want to hang out, the date, the time, the place. And I'm tired. I'm tired of people, men and friends, always making me pick the location. I don't want to pick the location. You need to start studying the city. You need to start knowing places. Um, well, Awaka's closing down, unfortunately. But, there's Bread Meets Bread, there's Nando's, there's St. Enix Shopping Center. Hello, St. Enix, we love you. There's Glasgow Fort, but don't go there if you don't have money, because they will scam you. There's so many places you could go in Glasgow, and it doesn't just have to be in the city center or a certain shopping center. It can be even the south side, you know what I mean? Shawlands, whatever. Bitches have new pronunciations every single day. You could go to Paisley. I mean, you don't want to get stabbed, but you could go to Paisley. You could have fun in Paisley. You could go to Clydebank. Now, I don't want to give promo, but Clydebank, you are the one, honey. Clydebank Shopping Center, Town Center. We love you. We love you. Um, they have an amazing cinema, Omniplex, and they have 24-hour ASDA. What more do you want? What more do you want? And they have McDonald's, girl, for the munchies, and they have Domino's Pizza, and they have Boofy. Yes, I love me a Boofy. I went recently with Bestie to Boofy for her birthday, and it was really good. Anyway, that aside, you could go anywhere around Scotland. Scotland is a very small country, relatively, it's not a large country. It is a large country, but like it's not that large. Um, everything is connected by bus, by train, and it's very easy to get everywhere. You just need timing. You need a good day. You know what I mean? But people don't want to go out. People just want to stay in. And that is okay. We can stay in. We can watch a movie. We can eat popcorn. We can eat nachos. We can make food together. We could have skincare, whatever. and then we can have fun. We can gossip about this boy and that boy and that boy. But no, none of you want to do that. None of you want to do that with me. Y'all just sit down all day on your phone and you do nothing. That's it. Okay. Okay. That hurt. That hurt. But like, okay. So you have to put yourself out there. And I don't have time to put myself out there because I have to entertain 5 people every week with my presence. And it's not because I have to, but it's just I love them so much that I just go out with them. You know what I mean? I really like them. I really like their vibes. They're just very safe to be around. And they don't trigger any past emotions or experiences. They don't do that to me. Um, but yeah, you just have to put yourself out there. I know it sounds it's just like that advice, you know, people are always like, put yourself out there. Go to societies, go to clubs, and not nightclubs, but like go to clubs, you know, go to different societies and different universities in your city. Don't just go to the ones in your university because my university, girl, they are terrible. They are terrible. But I mean they're not terrible, but like they could do better. Um Now shout out to board games. Y'all are my people, you know what I mean? Even though you guys ignore me when I'm shouting and being like, "Hi." Fuck you. Fuck you forever. Like don't ever do that to me. I don't know, like girl, they're so weird. They're so weird about that. But yeah, you just have to put yourself out there. Unfortunately, that's all I have to tell you. And I think that's our time. Oh my god, we're out of time. So remember to subscribe and like and comment and do all that stuff because girl, I need the engagement. You know what I mean? I will not make another episode until you give me engagement. You know, this is gonna be a challenge. Um, Give me 20 likes. No, we're not gonna do that. We are not gonna do that. But if you give me 20 likes, I will make another episode. I will make another episode anyway. But thank you so much for listening and remember, engage. And I wish to hear you or see you. I don't know. I wish to interact with you in the future. Deuces.